Most people are not afraid of aging. They're afraid of losing independence. After 60, independence doesn't disappear overnight. It erodes quietly. You don't even know what's happening. It's like about a year ago, I had a hard time getting up from the floor. So what is this all about? Sitting, you can't say Indian style, or I guess you can, but sitting with your legs crossed and getting up. So I practiced, and now I can get up off the floor without much trouble. And it didn't take much to do that. Practicing for a while, and every chance I get, I sit on the floor with my grandkids, and that makes you young, okay? So if you want to protect your freedom later, if you're in good health right now, and even if you're not, take a look at this. If you're still living on your own and you've got independence, you know, I want to be like my friend Clifford Wallace, who drove and played golf till he was 95 years old when he passed away. That's who I want to be like. In his own home, taking care of himself. That's what I want to do. And you probably want to do the same thing. Hi, I'm Greg Colosi. I'm 69 years young. I've been an entrepreneur for over 50 years. I'm the creator of this YouTube channel, Health, Wealth, and Legacy, 60 Plus. And this channel is about practical guidance for real life after 60. We're talking about independent living after 60, not theory, not hype, just what actually helps you stay in control. I am not a doctor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an accountant. Heck, I don't even have a college degree, okay? But here's what I do have a degree in, and that is life. You have a degree in life, just like I do. And we're all at our own levels. So you are a lot smarter than you think. I don't even know you, and I know that, okay? You're a lot smarter than you think. That knowledge you've got in that noggin of yours, woo, you got a lot of wisdom, and you could be helping people with that. And that's in another video, okay? So, pillar number 1 is physical mobility. It's the foundation of independent living after 60. If you can move on your own, you can make your own choices. If you can drive on your own, you can make your own choices. It's your family, those around you that love you, that are watching you like a hawk. Not because of that, but because they do not want you to get hurt, okay? They're doing it out of love. And it's not up to you to convince them you're okay. It's up to yourself to convince yourself to be okay. Again, can't get upset with them. They just love you. They want to do the best thing for you. So the best thing for you to do is to stay healthy or get healthy. We're going to talk about some of those things today. And again, I am the beginning. If this is the first time you've ever watched me or ever watched something on this subject, okay, do not take my information as the gospel truth. This is a beginning. I'm making you aware of this. I want you to go deep into YouTube University or ChatGPT or some AI and start to figure some of these things out for yourself. So you believe it in your heart like I do, okay? Do not believe me. Believe the idea is out there and you go find it on top of what I've shown you, okay? So I've ignited the fire under your butt. You got to go keep that fire going, okay? It's not about extreme workouts, okay? You don't need that. It's about walking regularly, maintaining balance, okay? So do some of these. You probably can't see me, but you just kind of like hang on one foot for a while, okay? You see how I'm going, but I'm pretty good at it, okay? I got one foot up there. Here it is, okay? There it is, okay? Now, a year ago, I couldn't do that. So, simple little things. Just lift your foot off the ground by 3 or 4 inches so you're balancing on one, okay? Do that every day. I mean, you can do that anytime while you're standing around. You could be in line at the supermarket. You could be pumping gas outside. You could do that, okay? Now, if you haven't tried it yet, do it. You could start, outside with the car, holding onto the car so you're getting a little balance with the car. And then take your fingers off a little bit and then put them back on. Look for every opportunity. So, as you can tell from where I'm in, this is not in my house. Maybe you can't tell this. It's an old pool house. My wife and I bought this place 20-some years ago, and the pool was gone, but they had this pool house. Actually, it was just a place for showers, a bathroom, and the filter. That's really what it was, okay? So I turned it into my man cave. Kitchen, as you can see, the pots in the back. Man cave, you can see my golf clubs up over there. I got a TV, big TV. I got the leather couch. Okay, over there, and an office, okay? I'm sitting at my desk right now. It's in the corner. So I have to walk back and forth to the big house, which is about 75 yards away. I used to, when I was a Ute, back in my early 60s, I'm 69 now, I go, geez, I forgot something. I got to go back and get it. Well, you know how I think about it now? My brother Mark threw this at me. He says, look at everything as exercise. Everything. So, the driveway's full of snow, not enough for the snowplower guy to come. So I've got one of those big shovels and I go out, got a really big driveway, okay? Takes me about 30 minutes back and forth, but I look at that as my walk for the day, okay? I don't go, geez, it snowed. I've changed my tune on this, so I want you to start changing that. So if you forgot something in another part of the house, walk and get it. It's exercise. It's building steps, okay? And if you've got an iPhone like I do, it automatically does it all the time as long as you got the phone on you. Or get one of those Fitbits, okay? Shoot for 5,000 a day. Well, depending upon what you're at, okay? Don't go by exactly what I say, but do what you think you can and look into that more. And it's only little steps, okay? It's a step here, step there, and I mean in getting healthy, okay? Getting up and down out of a chair without help, okay? You got to be able to just get up out of a chair, okay? Up and down. And this is an exercise right here, okay? Up and down. I'm starting to feel it in my thighs. Up and down. That's an exercise, okay? And if at first you can't, you got to hold on, then maybe you do this, okay? Create exercise out of everything. And at our age, it is amazing what little exercise and the benefits you get from it. When you were younger, you didn't need exercise at all because you were fit, okay? And if you exercise, you really couldn't see it, but now, boy, can you see it right away, okay? It doesn't take long at all for us to build up some muscle, and it doesn't need to be these massive muscles, and the balance, and build this up very, very quickly, okay? So physical mobility, like we just talked about, protects your autonomy, okay? You can work by yourself, and if you got a spouse, you're blessed. If you got a roommate, you're blessed. If not, and you don't mind living on your own, like my cousin Billy, who's 71, he's in good shape. He exercises, eats correctly, drinks a little bit too much wine. But other than that, he's in very, very good shape. And this physical mobility gives you your daily freedom. Take off in the car, go for a walk, do this, do that, go out with your friends. When your movement goes and slows down, so does your independence. It's that simple. Keep moving. Pillar number 2, financial simplicity. Big one for me. Financial simplicity reduces stress and preserves independence. Complicated finance creates anxiety. Simple finances create peace. Financial simplicity means living affordably, living within your means. Okay? I drive a 2003 Lincoln Town Car. Not because it was cheap when I bought it. It's just I really like them. And I've been driving used Lincolns, and they're stable cars. And I never have a car payment. So I just pay cash every time I buy one. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 done for about 5 years. Okay? My cars last me about 5 years, and I buy them with 100,000 miles, okay? Can I afford another car? Yes, but I don't want to, okay? Why? In my mind, I'm very comfortable with that. Why would I spend the money on it? It doesn't make sense, okay? Doesn't make sense. Knowing your monthly numbers, okay? Fewer accounts, get rid of all these accounts and all these subscriptions you don't even know about. I just went through a bunch of mine and got rid of them, okay? Then you're going to have fewer surprises. You're not chasing wealth here. We're at the stage in our life where if we're not wealthy, we're not chasing it, okay? You're protecting your self-sufficiency. You want to be sufficient, living on your own, and money clarity supports independent living after 60. Pillar number 3, consistent health routine. Consistent health routines beat motivation every time, okay? Independence doesn't come from willpower. No, it comes from habits. You know, it takes 21 days to create a habit. I read this in a book, and I don't remember which one. I read it in my 20s. And I knew if I could do 21 days in a row, it becomes a habit. Like this video. I'm shooting one a day, and this is about my 23rd day in a row. Okay? But I do have one rule. If I miss one day, I can only miss one, not two, and I got to make up that day, boom, the next day with making videos. Okay? So for walking, you could say I can miss one day, but not 2 days. Because once then 2, then it becomes 3, and so on and so forth. And you know what? I trick myself a lot. You know, I'm only going to go for a short walk. And then I get out there and I enjoy it. I love it. And I walk more. I used to do that when I was a runner. I'm just going to go for a short run. And then I get out there and I like it out here. Let's go. Let's move it. So trick your mind. Play mind games with yourself, okay? So consistent health routines include daily movement, like we just talked about. Do not sit on the couch or your recliner all day long, okay? Intentional eating. 3 years ago, I changed the way that I eat. I lost 65, 70 pounds on a good day. I reversed my diabetes. I was a diabetic, and at one point before that, my A1C was 10.1, and the last time I went, it was 5.3, well below the level that you're healthy. I had neuropathy 3 years ago, and it's 95% gone now, all by changing my diet. If you want to know what it is, ask me. I'll tell you. Anyway, I started out keto, and then I became a ketovore, and now I'm primarily a carnivore. I eat primarily meat, and in the summer, I do eat vegetables from farmers. But I eat nothing in a bag or a box. Pasta maybe once a month, and I make the pasta myself with the machine. We just went through Thanksgiving, and I had some mashed potatoes, and for a few days I didn't feel too good. I was on the toilet more than I normally am because eating meat does this for me. And I don't want to go into this, but if you're interested in that, just Google carnivore or go onto YouTube like you are now, carnivore, and you will find some great ways that this reverses a lot of things. And it's been the easiest way of eating I've ever done. Socially, it's a little tough at first, but then everybody understands. But I eat just meat, primarily beef I eat. Primarily beef. And actually my favorite is ground beef with just salt, believe it or not. So eggs too. Eggs, bacon, dairy, all those are the things that I eat. And my blood sugar, even though I still have a monitor that I have connected to me, like that Dexcom monitor. They used to pay for it. They don't anymore. But I kept it going because I want to see how different foods affect me. Okay, when health decisions are routine, your confidence increases, your fear decreases, and dependence on others is delayed, okay? This supports long-term independent living after 60. Pillar number 4, emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is often overlooked. Aging can bring loss, a spouse, And if you have, I'm very sorry. I can't imagine not having mine. Love of my life, Andrea, not around. Friends, good friends. Fortunately, I haven't lost any really close friends yet at age 69. We're all pretty healthy. We always travel in the same circles. My brothers all eat the same way that I did, lost a ton of weight, and one reversed his diabetes. The other ones didn't have diabetes. So that's good in my life. Change. Maybe you moved out of your family home, okay? And that is weighing on you, you know? You've got to emotionally get out of that, okay? You've got to say, this is a new chapter of my life. Things are going to be different. We, especially us men, don't like change, according to my wife. Maybe your wife too. Ladies, do you like change? Let us know. Anyway, it's different. So just look at it differently. Look at it as an adventure, okay? Anything you do, look at it as an adventure if it's something that's better for your life instead of letting it bother you, okay? Letting it bother you just weighs down your brain and your energy. Forget it, okay? You don't need it. Get it out of your life. You know, maybe you're living somewhere new and you feel isolated. Well, and your family's busy. Get out there and smile. Meet some new people. You're in a new environment. Make the best out of it. Just start conversations, because the people that you're looking at that are not talking to you, or you're not talking to them, they want to talk also. Okay, and just go say hi. How you doing? Or in the neighborhood, walk around. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, you can sit with discomfort. This is what emotional resilience means, okay? You're a big girl, you're a big boy. Get hold of your emotions. My grandfather, Giovanni, told me a story about what to do with worries and things that bother you. He said, write down what is the worst thing that can happen on a piece of paper. In his Italian accent. Gregory, write it down on a piece of paper what you worry about. And then he told me you think about it. Then you think about, okay, what can I do today? Today, right now, this moment, to start taking action on that's bothering me. So you take the worry that you wrote on a piece of paper, you go outside, and you light it on fire and let it burn up and let all the ashes go away, as your worries should go away. And I've done that a number of times, thinking about my grandfather. It works. And every time I think about what is the worst thing that can happen, and then work so that doesn't happen. Okay? This can be built through reflection and writing down, reflecting over that, writing out your life story, which is one of the things, or actually primarily what I do right now for a business. I help seniors write their life story for their grandkids to leave behind, to leave a legacy behind. So that writing could be part of that. And if you want some help on that, take a look at one of my other videos, okay? Your faith, okay? How can your faith help you? Just pray. Pray. The act of praying is so powerful. And what's your purpose? You've got these grandkids, or you've got relatives that depend on you, friends that depend on you. That keeps you motivated. Emotional steadiness supports independent living after 60. Pillar number 5, the last one. Personal code of ethics. A personal code of ethics becomes your internal compass. When circumstances change, values remain. A personal code of value helps you make clear decisions, maintain self-respect, stay grounded like you always have been. Ask yourself, what matters now in my life? What will I not compromise? And how do I want to be remembered? Values protect dignity and independent living after 60. Okay, let's recap what we talked about today. First pillar, physical mobility keeps you open. Financial simplicity reduces stress and dependence. Consistent health routines build your confidence. Emotional resilience stabilizes your inner world. A personal code of values provides direction. Together, all of these support independent living after 60. Independence doesn't disappear suddenly. It erodes slowly without intention. The pillars don't require perfection. They require consistency. Small daily choices protect freedom. And legacy begins on how you live today. Don't you retire from life. Redesign your life. Hey, if you got any comments you want to leave it down below. And great to see you. I'll see you again on the next video. Bye-bye.